Hello students, I am Sunny sir from Mahdi English School. This video is for class 3 subject English. The thought for today is, if you focus on results, you will never change. If you focus on change, you will get results. So the meaning of this thought is that you should see how you can change yourself rather than seeing the results. Whatever you do, just work hard in that thing. Whatever you are, be a good one. Don't think about the results because your actions will decide your results. If your actions are good, so will be your results. But you have to work hard. Whatever work you take up, see that you complete it perfectly. Don't leave it in between. And when you change, when you focus on the change, you will get your results. How you change yourself, how you do the work, you have to change the way and your results will be improved. Content of today's video, chapter number 4, in-house garden. We have read the lesson, we have done the revision twice. Solution of the exercises of the lesson. Now, as we know that as the lesson gets over, at the back of the lesson, they have given a few exercises in the textbook, that are the textual exercises. So write the answers in the rough book. We are solving that exercises which are given in the textbook. Read and understand along with the video. So I will explain that exercises. Some exercises are of speaking, some are of pronunciation, others are of vocabulary, grammar, spelling, etc. So we are going to solve all that exercises in today's video. So the first exercise given on page number 32 of your English textbook is the exercise of listening. Listening for details. As you can see, a paragraph is given over here and there are a few blanks which are missing. The words which are missing are to be written in these blanks. So what I will do, I am going to read this whole paragraph along with these answers. I repeat, when I read the paragraph, you have to listen to me very attentively, very intently, because I am going to speak the whole paragraph along with these answers. So you have to catch the answers from my reading and you have to write the answers in your rough book. That is called listening practice. So when I read this, I will speak the missing words which are missing over here. You have to catch those words and write down in your rough book. I hope everyone is sitting with the rough book, pencil and eraser. You have to catch the words which are missing. So now I'll start the reading and I will speak the sentences from the beginning, from Anjali till the end, till full stop. So please focus on what I speak and listen to me very intently. Listening to Anjali speak about what she loves to do in her spare time, then fill in the blanks. So now I start. Anjali is 13 years old. She loves spending time in her garden. It is her favorite thing to do when she has free time. She can spend hours digging, watering, and planting. She started gardening at the age of 7. Her grandfather taught her how to plant a sapling. Her first plant was a blush pink rose. She is now planning on involving her friends and planting saplings in her neighborhood. Anjali wishes more people could plant trees as they make everything look fresh, green and pretty. So here we completed reading the paragraph. Now I will display the answers on the screen. You can check the answers which you have written, also the spellings. So here are the answers which you can see on the screen. Now I'll read once again. Please verify your answers. Anjali is 13 years old. She loves spending time in her garden. It is her favorite thing to do when she has free time. She can spend hours digging, watering, and planting. She started gardening at the age of 7. Her grandfather taught her how to plant a sapling. Her first plant was a blush pink rose plant. She is now planning on involving her friends and planting saplings in her neighborhood. Anjali wishes more people could plant trees as they make everything look fresh, green, and pretty. So I hope you enjoyed this listening exercise. It improves your listening skills because the first step is listening. If you can listen intently, then you can speak perfectly. Next exercise we have is on speaking. What is the exercise? Speaking exercise. How to speak, talking about gardening. So this is your home activity which you have to do. Have you ever tried gardening? If yes, what did you like or dislike about it? If not, do you want to try it? Share your responses in class. So right now you cannot share your responses in class, but if you have done gardening anytime, if you have planted plants in your surroundings, how did you feel? Did you like it or not? So what did you plant? Which plant did you plant? And how did you feel? So you have to write 5 sentences about it and send it to me. You have to write 5 sentences about gardening if you have done it in the past and send it to me. The next exercise we have pronunciation. Pronunciation means how to speak some words, different CH. The CH sound is different in all the words. So today we will see some examples how CH is a different sound in different words. Let us see. Listen to these sets of words. Notice how we say the letters CH together. So when I read these words, you have to look over here, CH, how the word CH is pronounced. How do we speak this in different letters when CH comes together in a particular spelling? CHILLI, chili. KITCHEN, kitchen. LUNCH, lunch. So ch sound is there, chili, kitchen, lunch. Second, CHEMICAL, what do we call it? Chemical. We do not say chemical, not ch sound, it is k sound, chemical. CHORD, cord. STOMACH, stomach. We say k, stomach. So here is ch sound, here it is k sound. That is how the pronunciation varies when CH is used in different spellings. These are two sounds that the letters CH make. So when CH is used, we have two different sounds as we saw in chili, chemical. CH is common in all these 6 words, but the pronunciation of CH is different. Then group these words according to their CH sounds. Group these words according to their CH sounds. So as you can see the box, so we have to identify the words. We have to put this in the correct column. As you can see, 2 columns are given. The first one is CH as in change. Change means ch sound of CH. CH as in cord. Cord means k sound. So we have to arrange these words in the right column according to their pronunciation of CH. According to the pronunciation of CH sound, we have to arrange the words in the right column. So let us start reading one by one, and first we will read from here. CHAIR, chair. So in chair we say ch sound, chair, that's why we have written in this column. Next, CHOIR, choir. What do we say? Choir. Choir of singers. So when it is k sound, you have to put it in this column. Next, CHORUS, chorus. It is chorus, k sound. So we put that word again below choir. It is chorus. It will come in the second column. Next, CHEER, cheer. What is that? CHEER, cheer. So as it has ch sound in cheer, we have put it over here. Next, CHEESE, cheese. CHEESE, cheese. Again ch sound of ch. So that word will come over here, number 3. Then CHEMIST, chemist. It is ch, but here it is k sound, chemist. So we put it over here, number 3, chemist. Next, the next line now, CHALK. This word is very common. What do you call it? Do you call it chalk or chalk? What is that? It is chalk. L is silent, and it is ch sound, chalk. So again we put it in this column. That is number 4, chalk. Next, CHAOS. It is chaos, not chaos. It is chaos. K sound, it will come over here. So here I have written in number 4. Next, CHURCH, church. We say it is a church. So ch sound will come in number 5 in this column. So here is the answer. Write down. I hope you are writing all this. Church. Next, MONARCH, monarch. MONARCH, monarch. CH is in the end. So we say K, monarch. K sound will come over here. So that goes in number 5. Next, ACHE, ache. It is ACHE. CH is in the middle. Ache. We say K sound will come over here. So that will go in number 6. Last but not the least, CONCH. What do we say? Conch. Conch. Ch sound of CH will come here, the last one. So as you can see, I have written in number 6. So all that 6 we have done. 12 words were given. We have separated in the different columns according to the sound of CH. Let's revise. Chair, cheer, cheese, chalk, church, conch, choir, chorus, chemist, chaos, monarch, ache. So these are the words pronunciation. This is how you pronounce the words. The next exercise is vocabulary exercise. What is the name of the exercise? Vocabulary means it is related to words. When you learn new words, your vocabulary will become better. So here the exercise is based on homophones. What is the word? Homophones. So I want you to give this heading. Then let us read. Some words in English have the same pronunciation but different meanings and spellings. Such words are called homophones. So you might have seen that some words in English, the pronunciation is same, the way we speak is same, but the spellings are different, and that type of words are called homophones. So now let us read the type of words which have the same pronunciation. The way we speak is same, but the spellings are different. Let us read the examples of homophones. WOULD, wood. WOOD, wood. Both the words have different spellings but the same pronunciation. Wood, wood. Next, BUY, by, BYE, by. By and by. Same spelling, different pronunciation but and also different meanings. WHICH, which. WITCH, which. Again, pronunciation is same but spellings are different. PEEL, peel. PEAL, peel. Same pronunciation, different meanings. So these words which have the same pronunciation, the pair of words which have the same pronunciation but different spellings and different meanings are called homophones. So there is an exercise based on the same topic. Let us solve. Tick the correct option to complete each sentence. 2 options are given in all the blanks, 6 blanks are given, and 2 options have been given everywhere. We have to select the correct spelling of the word based on the meaning of that particular word in that sentence. Let's begin. The dash came out of the cave. The dash came out of the cave. The options are BARE, bear, or BEAR, bear. Pronunciation is same, but here we are talking about an animal who came out of the cave. So what is the spelling of the animal bear? It is BEAR, bear. So as you can see, I have underlined the second option. You should write this answer in your notebook, answer number 1. And I hope heading you have already written vocabulary and homophones. So number 1, the bear came out of the cave. Number 2, please take a dash from what you are doing and help me. Please take a dash. BREAK, break, or BRAKE, break. Now, when you take the free time, you are in the school, you get free time, you have your lunch. So that free time, what is that called? It is called break or recess. So what is the spelling of that break or recess time? Is it the first one or the second one? The second one is for vehicles. When you apply the brake of your cycle, it is the second one. But the first one, break, is recess time. So you will write the first option in your notebook. Answer number 2 is BREAK, break. Please take a break from what you are doing and help me. Then number 3, I am thinking of dash this skirt green. I am thinking of dash this skirt green. So as you know, color is given. Skirt, it is a type of cloth worn by girls. So the options are DYEING, dyeing, and DYING, dyeing. Now when you want to color something, when you are coloring a cloth, which is the correct word, the first or the second one? Because the second one, dyeing, means to die, to pass away. The old man died. So that is not the correct word. But the first one, DYEING, dyeing, means to color something. To color something like skirt or anything else. So the first is the correct option. So in answer number 3, you should write the first option, DYEING, dyeing, means to color that skirt green. Number 4, your knee will take time to dash. Your knee, the part of your leg where the joints are there, that is called your knee, with which you can run fast. So your knee will take time to dash. HEEL, heel, or HEAL, heel. Suppose you were playing cricket and you fell down and you got hurt on the knee, and it will take time. The doctor said it will take time to recover. So what is that word recover, to get well? Is it HEEL heal or HEAL heal? It is the second one. HEAL heal means to recover from that wound. Number 5. I paid the bus dash. I paid the bus dash. Number 5. What do you think? When you climb the bus, you have to take the ticket, you have to give the money. So what is that called? It is called bus fare. Is it the first one or the second one? It is the first option, FARE, fare. I paid the bus fare. He is the dash to the throne. He is the dash to the throne. Throne means when a king dies, his son, his child will come on the throne. That is, he will become the king. So what is that called? AIR or HEIR? Both are air. The pronunciation is air. But this air, we know the air which we need around us. But that is not the correct one over here. It is about the king, the king's son. So it is HEIR, air. So we underline the second option. He is the heir to the throne. This is how you pronounce the words. These words are called homophones. I hope you have enjoyed this exercise. So the next topic we have is grammar. In grammar, what is the topic that we are going to learn? Simple tenses, present, past and future. Present, past and future. These are the three tenses that we are going to learn. So, read these sentences. Pari always spends her holidays at her grandma's house. Grandma loves growing vegetables in her garden. Carrots are root vegetables. Bitter gourds are climbers. The first sentence tells us about an action that is routine or habit. As you can see, the first sentence, Pari always spends her holidays at grandma's house. It is a routine action. In every vacation she does that. So it is her routine or habitual action. The second sentence states a fact. Grandma loves growing vegetables in her garden. It is the fact. She loves it. It is a factual statement. It is a truth. The third sentence talks about universal truth. Carrots are root vegetables. Bitter gourds are climbers. So we cannot change this. It is universal truth that carrots are root vegetables. Bitter gourds are climbers. In the whole world, everyone accepts this fact. It is universal truth. So these three sentences are called simple present tense. What are they called? They are called simple present tense. All these three sentences are called in simple present tense. We always use simple present tense to talk about routine or habit, state a fact, and talk about an unchanging truth. So when do we use simple present tense? When we are talking about a routine or habit, like I go to school every day, then I watch the videos every day. That is called your routine habit, something which you do every day, or universal truth, like the sun rises in the east. It is a universal truth. We often use words such as every year, every month, every Wednesday, daily, usually, always, never with simple present tense. Now read the next sentences. Pari woke up at 8 a.m. that morning. Woke. Pari went to the terrace with her grandma. Pari had tasty food for lunch. So these sentences talk about the actions that happened in the past. The actions have got over in the past. So it is called simple past tense. See the example, Pari woke up at 8 am. It is past. She woke up at 8 am. Now it is 10 am. For example, Pari went to the terrace. So she went. Now she is downstairs. But before that she was upstairs. It is past. Pari had tasty food for lunch. Now it is evening time. But in afternoon she had the tasty food. It is past. All these are called past tenses. Something which you have done yesterday is called past. We often use the words such as yesterday, last winter, in 2016, last year with simple past tense. Now read these sentences. See what is given. Pari decides that she too will recycle all the waste. I shall help you grow a small kitchen garden when I come to your house, said Grandma. These sentences talk about the actions which are yet to take place. They are said to be in simple future tense. They are called simple future tense because the actions have not yet taken place. They will take place now. And will or shall is used only with future tense. See what is given over here. In simple future tense we use will or shall before the action talked about. So whenever you see will or shall in any sentence, you have to understand that it is future tense. What is the tense? Future tense when it is used with will and shall. Now exercise is given. Write PR for the sentences in simple present tense, P for the sentences in past tense, and F for the sentences in simple future tense. One has been done for you. So in this exercise, the sentences are given. There are 6 sentences. If it is in present tense, we will write PR. If it is in past tense, we will write P. If it is in future tense, will or shall is used, then we will write F. So let us read. The first one is given. Milan is a city in Italy, or Milan is a city in the Italy. So here it is present tense, so it is written PR because the word is used. It shows that it is in present tense, so PR. Now let us solve the next 5 from sentence number 2 till sentence number 6. So as you can see, the answers of all that 5 questions are written. Reena heard the news on the radio. So the verb is heard. It is in past tense. She heard the news. Maybe sometime before, sometime back or yesterday it is gone. It is past tense. So we have written P. I read every night before going to sleep. I read every night. So something which you do every day or every night is present tense. I drink milk every day. I read books at night every day. So whatever you do every day or every night is present tense. So PR. She will go to Mumbai next week. The word will is used. So I told you whenever you see will or shall, it is future tense. So we have written F. We attended a party last night. So it is given attended, and last night means yesterday night. Yesterday night means it is past tense. So P. I shall learn French over the summer. I shall learn. So word shall is used. I told you whenever you see will or shall, it is future tense. So for future tense we write F. So today we keep till here. We have solved the exercises of lesson number 4. We have solved the textual exercises. I hope you have enjoyed the video. You have understood the exercises that we have solved today. Exercises on listening, speaking, pronunciation, vocabulary and grammar. Please complete this book If you have the textbook, write the answers with pencil, and all of you take care of yourselves. Have a nice day, and please maintain cleanliness in your surroundings. Please don't forget to keep your homes neat and clean. Thank you so much.